Good morning, student. Myself Prakash Ingre, and today's we are going to learn about the topic kingdom planting, and subtopic is Pteridophyta. Pteridophyta. In previous lecture, we learned already the Bryophyta and Thallophyta. Here we study the Pteridophyta. Pteridophyta are the first vascular and true land plants, hence they considered as the first successful terrestrial plant with the true roots, stem and leaves. These plants have a primitive conducting system and only the cryptogams with the vascular tissue. The pteridophytes, the general characters are they are generally non-woody plants, but some giant ferns can be considered as semi-woody. The leaves are called as fronds and most compound with the rachis and numerous pinna. Almost all have circinate vernation, that is, they are coiled tightly over the growing tips. These unroll as they mature. They are also have specialized leaves that produce spore and sporophylls. Mostly the characters are general characters are pteridophytes grow in moist and shady places. Pteridophytes show sporophyte and gametophytic stage in the life, and also examples are ferns, horsetails are examples. Some are aquatic, that is Azolla marsilia. In xerophytic condition, that is Equisetum. Another characters are pteridophytes show the heteromorphic alternation of generation in which the sporophyte is diploid, dominant, autotrophic and independent. Another character is it is differentiated into root, stem and leaves. The primary root is short, leaves and soon replace the advantageous root, while the stem may be aerial or underground. Salient features of pteridophytes: life cycle as heterologous, diplohaplontic type. Sporophyte is a dominant plant body, while the gametophyte is a small, simple cause prothallus. Sporophyte has true root, stem and leaves. The economic importance of pteridophytes. Pteridophytes are used to medicinal purpose and as a soil binders. Many varieties are grown as ornamental plants. Usually pteridophytes plants are terrestrial, so they protect the upper part of soil. Another important is they protect soil from heavy rainfall. They help to stopping soil erosion, and the examples are Pteris, Diopteris, Nephtolepis. Pteridophyte plants are very helpful for the formation of biofertilizer. That is Azolla are very helpful for the formation of biofertilizer because root has anobina help to nitrogen fixation. Salient features of major plant groups under the phanerograms, that is gymnospermy. Gymnospermy is from the Greek gymnos, that is neck, or sperma means seeds. Gymnospermy are the groups of vascular plants that reproduce by the means of exposed seed or ovules. They are phanerogams according to the lichens. They include 83 genera, 1,000 living species of gymnospermy in the world. In India, it is represented by 16 genera and 53 species. Examples are conifers or pines, spruces, cycads, gingos, gnatophytes. These are the examples of gymnospermy. Most of the gymnosperms are evergreen shrubs or woody trees. They are primitive groups of flowering plants producing naked seeds. They are vascular plants having xylem with the tracheids and phloems with the sieve cells. The plant body is sporophyte. It is differentiated into root, stem, and leaves. The economic importance of gymnospermy, that is cycas, is grown as an ornamental plant. Pinus is used as a source of pine woods and turpentine oil and pine resins. Another importance of gymnospermy, that is ornamental plants, are plants that are grown for the decorative purposes. Jingo and other pines, cycads, used in a decoration, lawns, parks, etc. Various species of gymnosperms can be grown as a bonsai. Here we studied the pteridophytes and gymnospermy. In the next topic, we all studied the plant cycle of alternation of generations. Thank you.